Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make this red crochet flower. You're going to need a 4.25 millimeter hook, some red yarn, some yellow yarn, and some green yarn. All of the yarn I'm using today is 100% organic cotton yarn. The peaches and cream you can find from Walmart. And the other two, no, the yellow is also from Walmart, and then the red is from Hobby Lobby. You'll need scissors, and you will need wire, flower wire. Okay, to start off with, I am going to make a slip knot, and then from there, I am going to chain 13. And you want to be almost exact as you can be, because once you get to the end, we are going to work it back around in a very specific way. So once you have your chain of 13, you will then go back in the first loop from the hook, and you will insert your hook and place a slip stitch. Just like that. If I could get it. Okay, and then from there you're going to place a single crochet in the next stitch. Then from there you're going to place a half double and then a double. So with each stitch you have increased. Okay, then from there you are going to continue with double crochets until you have 3 left that you need to do on this row. So you keep going with the double crochets until you have 3 spaces left. So then you are going to do a repeat. So you're going to do a half double crochet, then a single crochet, then a slip stitch. And it looks like I actually skipped one. So I'm just going to tuck it and continue. So we're going to do a slip stitch to start off the next row going back up. We're going to do a single crochet, and then excuse me, a half double, and then we're going to continue with the doubles all the way until we have 3 left. So keep going with the double crochets until you have 3 spaces left, and you'll repeat that pattern like how we've been doing. So now we have 3 left. We'll do the half double, we'll do the single, and making sure you this entire time have tucked the yarn, and then finishing off with a slip stitch. So you're going to want to make sure that when you do that, you have tucked the yarn tail in on the back side, and then you can cut it. If you were making a tulip, you would just continue, you wouldn't cut it, you would continue all the way around with single crochet, but we're not doing that. We're doing a flat petal. So that's me showing that you would just go around with single crochet, and it would start forming a cup-like petal. And that is how you would make a tulip, but we're not making a tulip. We're making a kind of sprawled out flower. So I'm going to cut my yarn here, cut it off, and I'm going to leave a slightly large tail. That way I have some support when I wrap it around the flower wire. So I'm cutting a kind of large tail. Sorry, I can't talk today, guys. Kind of large tail, and then I am cutting off that original tail that we just tucked. So I'm cutting that off, and we have one petal. Now you are going to make 6 of these petals, and I will meet you guys when I have made 6. Okay, guys, now that we have all of the 6 petals made, we're going to move on to the portion of the flower that is the middle part. So we're going to start with a magic ring. How I like to do that is just to wrap it around my fingers like this, and then insert my hook, pull up a loop, twist it, and then take the entire thing off my fingers, twist it again so it's facing the other direction like that, and then I chain 2. That's what I like to do personally. I know other people start it differently. And then I'm going to place 5 single crochets into the center of the ring. So we're going to do 5 single crochets. My brain couldn't comprehend that just now. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to tighten the ring and slip stitch back into that back loop right there. And we're not going to tuck the yarn or anything. We're going to place it behind, slip stitch, and then pull up that loop and cut it off. Just straight up cut it off. So that will create kind of like a little pocket, and we will be using it towards the end, and I'll show you what we'll do with that. So once you push it out like this, it creates a perfect little pollen looking pocket. And so now that we have that, we'll set that aside, and it is now time to start assembly. So for the assembly portion of my camera, hold on. For the assembly portion of this, we are going to take a flower wire, and you're going to fold it down. You could see as it's placed right there on the mat that you will fold it down about 1 inch or so. I just place it over the tip of my finger and do this. I fold it down, and then I take it and I start wrapping the petals around the tip of it. So I will place a dab of hot glue right on it like that. And then I will start getting the petals that we made and wrapping them around and pinching them at the base. Be really careful when you do this because you don't want to burn yourself. So just be honestly really careful when you're doing it. And then you will get an additional petal and place it on the other side, on the opposite side of the wire. And you want to use a fair amount of glue. Be generous, but not too much. And I realized when you kind of wipe the glue off onto the fabric, it doesn't do that annoying stringy thing. It kind of just like comes off the fabric really easily. Not the fabric, the cotton. And that is another thing I want to tell you. When you guys are doing flowers like this, cotton is really going to be your best friend because it doesn't do the annoying peel thing like other yarn tends to do. So you could see I'm putting kind of a good glob on there, and then I am just placing them on like so and kind of scrunching them and holding them together. And you are going to do all 6 petals like that. So let me speed up this process really fast for you guys to show you what that looks like. Okay, sorry, I'm back. So speeding that up for you guys, and see how we left all of the strings really long. That's a good thing. Now we're just gluing it all together, but that's a good thing because that is going to give us some leverage and some extra support for when we go to do the base of the flower. So I'm going to put a big piece of glue right there, and I'm going to wrap the strings around the flower base. Make sure that they're really on there. I really wrap them around tight, and then I just cut them off like that. And it works every time for me. Then I get the green string that we'll be using, and I am going to place that again, place a dab of glue down. And I realized that I was doing this the wrong way, so I had to flip it because I'm left-handed, so I want to spiral it with my left hand. I'm faster at it that way. And this part, it kind of looks bad, but don't worry, we're going to fix that. So here's me wrapping it. I had to speed this up, you guys, because it was taking forever, literally forever. We'd be sitting here all day if I was to show you guys what it originally was. So speeding this process up, at the very end, we're going to place some glue right there, a dab of glue. Wrap it around the glue so it's secure, and then go back up the stem towards the top of the flower. And here I am, I'm just wrapping. When you do this, you want to make sure that it's really tight so it never comes unloose or undone. And then here's me wrapping it around. You can see all of that extra glue that I'm taking off, just wrapping it around insanely tight. And then I'm just finishing it off like that and cutting it. It's pretty easy to finish. And then I take my finger and kind of smear that glue up. So this is the flower. This is how it's looking. And we still need to place the yellow portion in there, the center portion. And sometimes, sorry, the voiceover got cut off. So now we're going to take this little yellow part, put a piece of glue, put the strings on the side and cut the strings, another thing of glue, and then just put that in the middle of the flower, like so. That way it looks like it is sewn on to the actual flower. And there you have it. A beautiful red crochet flower.